Alright, so now that we have gone over the characters of Thomas and Friends and the world building behind it and the stories that the show tells, there's actually a few things I want to cover as well. So now I want to talk about the score in Thomas and Friends, or in this case, the music. Because the music in any type of show and movie enhances the story and can really change the tone of what we expect. Whether the stories are emotional, creepy, or just lighthearted. I think the music team behind this, Mike O'Donnell and Junior Campbell, did a great job with the music in really providing how these stories can be viewed, whether they are sad, emotional, or just fun. I think my favorite pieces of music from Thomas and Friends would be the viaduct scene from Better Late Than Ever. I think all the engines have some pretty unique and interesting themes, like it really shows what type of characters they are. You've got Gordon for his very pompous theme when he's pulling the express. You've got James's catchy theme when he's like moving along. I think Henry also has an amazing triumphant theme. And Edward's theme is pretty cool as well. Percy's theme is very lively. And also, I think Toby's is very lighthearted. You've got a lot of great pieces of music here. The Runaway theme really shows how intense the Runaways can be. Bertie's theme can show like how fun the race with Thomas and Bertie is. And the ending music in most episodes, like All at Sea, Three Cheers for Thomas, they can really like show how powerful and emotional the stories are and how great the morals are. And I feel like that Three Cheers for Thomas would have been the perfect conclusion to the model series. Personally, if we would have just like gotten just the classic series and then the ARC era, I feel like I would be satisfied with Thomas the Tank Engine as he was. It's only when like Britt Allcroft wanted to like create her own vision of Thomas that the show went downhill. But look, Audrey passed away. I understand like it's important to continue his legacy, but didn't his son Christopher continue the Railway series? And this was all like a teaser trailer for Britt Allcroft's very first Thomas and Friends movie, which did poorly at the box office. But that's besides the point. The point is, I think Thomas the Tank Engine really does show a lot of like heart and soul in life, and how fun the island of Sodor can be, how exciting it is to be an engine, and just a bunch of humbling life lessons like not being rude, enjoying the simple things in life on the island of Sodor, being determined, feeling confident, not giving up, and pretty much I feel like Thomas the Tank Engine has really spoke out to a lot of people, especially in its fan base, considering that there's like several Thomas and Friends fans out there who love making custom models. They love doing their own fan-made stories and doing remakes of classic episodes. And again, if it was just the classic series and ARC era on its own, I feel like Thomas the Tank Engine would have had a better reputation than what it had as of right now. Especially with the new All Engines Go reboot that is nothing compared to this. And it's just really sad seeing a bunch of beloved shows and movies being thrown under the ringer just for the sake of money. Like, I sometimes like to go back to the good old days when Thomas the Tank Engine actually was a great show, and when it struck a middle ground for like 1 million fans and kids around the world. And to some credit, I feel like Thomas the Tank Engine has gained a little more popularity thanks to Britt Allcroft and David Mitton. And even Andrew Brenner tried to bring back the legacy of those two. And we did get some good TV show episodes and movies and merchandise. Okay, well, until Mattel screwed everything over with its merchandise quality. But still, I think Thomas the Tank Engine really sticks out to me, and it has really helped me throughout all of my childhood. I have this show to thank for who I am today. Without Thomas the Tank Engine, I don't know where I would be in this world. And I have Thomas to thank for it. Because he has really shown like how simple life can be and how challenges are tough, but we have to push past them. In short, I really do love Thomas the Tank Engine. I can see why several other people love it as well, and why the community is so perfect. Well, not perfect, like some people, like, I'm not going to get into in detail because we'd be here all day, and I just don't want to, like, bring anything negative. I want to be positive here. So, that's pretty much all I have to say for why Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends is my favorite show of all time. I wish I could have made this a little bit longer with talking about the merchandise and how good it is, how good some of the fan-made content is, and the impact Thomas has left on us. But I just wanted to talk about how, like, Thomas the Tank Engine is not like any other kid show. It's not over-the-top obnoxious. Everything isn't too flashy and anthropomorphic. Sodor feels like a real place with real engines. They don't bounce around and jump off the tracks. They don't use their wheels as hands. And they don't even jump around to change a direction. They function like how trains do. They have weight. They're able to go from one direction to another. Yes, you could question like how they turn around in most areas without a turntable, but that's Thomas logic. But overall, I really do love Thomas. He really is a big part of my childhood, and he is the heart and soul of who I am today. Because he has taught me, his show is a more quiet and relaxing, down-to-earth type of show. Again, like, this could really speak out to a lot of people, even the autism community. Like, think about it. Like, the Robot Audrey wanted to make Thomas not talk down to its audience. He knew that his audience would be kids, but he also wanted adults to take something from this when they're reading it to their kids. So he made something for everyone to enjoy. And this is why Thomas has an adult following to this day. You will always see a lot of adults in the Thomas community, like, going to the Audrey extravaganza, writing their own stories, creating their own type of characters, and just showing the world, like, what Thomas the Tank Engine means to them, and why it's so loved. Unlike Hit Entertainment or Mattel, where they just misunderstand Thomas completely, it's pretty clear that Audrey had his own vision in Thomas, and I feel like that's the reason why he's well loved. So, if you love Thomas the Tank Engine, friends, feel free to explain why in the comments below. And what was your first experience in Thomas and Friends? And what makes you love the show so much? Feel free to comment below. And until then, I hope you look forward to more videos. I'm going to try my best to upload at least 1 or 2 videos a week as my main schedule, but if you want to continue watching my content, then don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new here, and I hope to see you all in the future. Well, this was Thomas the Tank Engine, a very big part of my childhood, and I can't wait for more content from this guy. Bye for now.